Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Our event will begin in 2 minutes. Please be seated, and to make the event run smoothly, please turn your cell phone to silent or vibrate mode. Thank you again for your cooperation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, our audience who joined us online, good afternoon. I'm really happy to be your host for today. I'm Miss Taiwan Joyce, and welcome to our Master Gathering held by Taiwan Tech Arena and directed by National Science and Technology Council, NSTC. And the topic for our Master Gathering today is AI and medical industry. And today we're really honored to invite Artificial Intelligence Master and industrial leaders, and also our smart medicine experts to share their new application cases on smart healthcare and co-create AI medical and healthcare ecosystem. For sure, we all look forward to more ideas and things exchange between our startups and all of our audience and our experts. We hope that TTA South will be our best backup force to help to collect resources of precision health. Through co-creation, we support each other and grab the chance to help each other shine on the world stage. So at the very beginning of this event, I want to introduce the very important our power and support of Taiwan's technology from Department of Academia, Industry, Collaboration, and Science Park Affairs, National Science and Technology Council. That's welcome, Director General Andrea Shi, and a round of applause, and she will come onto the stage to deliver the opening remarks for us.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Distinguished speakers and guests, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and good morning. I know we have a speaker from Belgium, and he is online right now. And welcome, I'm Andrea Shi, the Director General of National Science and Technology Council, NSTC. On behalf of NSTC, I sincerely welcome to join today's event. We are in this place we call TTA South. TTA stands for Taiwan Tech Arena and was established by NSTC in 2018. We want to, through this arena, to build and strengthen Taiwan's startup ecosystem by translating tech research into startups and helping startups connect to the world. So since I think this is our we just have 4 years of anniversary in mid-August. We already support more than 600 startups by now. So last year we established the TTA South, through this place we want to complete the Taiwan startup ecosystem to help Taiwan startups to accelerate, to shine, and to go global. So we also, through this ecosystem, we also want to co-work with the global partner to solve the challenge and the threat of the world. So we have the event today. We call this Master Gatherings. We have this event quarterly. I remember the first one, all the events focus on the hot and important issue to the world. The first one, we focus on the smart technology. And second one, we focus on the clean energy. And this one, I think, is also very important, is smart health. And the importance not is only our president's highest policy about the 6th strategy industry. On the other hand, I think after COVID-19, people can realize that the health and biomedical industry is very important. It depends on our daily life and also to our everyday living. So today we have very outstanding speakers. Later they will share their expertise in different fields. And Director Lin comes from National Sheng-Fu AI Medical Center, so he is from academia side. And interdisciplinary Lin is from the Chi Mei Hospital. He will from the hospital side to share their insight about the smart health future trend. And CTO Yang, he is our leading ICT industry. We used to say Taiwan have the advantage to develop smart hospital because we have very strong ICT industry around the world. Later, I think from the three side discussion, we may learn a lot from their experiences. And moreover, we have the expert from Belgium, Dr. Giovanni. He will give us a keynote speaker. So keynote speaking. So without further ado, I sincerely wish today a great success. Everyone here have a enjoyable and inspiring time. And by the way, happy weekends. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause. A lot of thanks to our Director General. And I do really love a sentence about we help startups to shine and go global. I do really love it a lot. So next we were going to have our group photo time. Of course, I want to invite guests to join us together. First, I want to welcome Superintendent Lin Hong-Rong of Chi Mei Medical Center, Director Director Liang Sheng-Fu of Artificial Intelligence Biomedical Research Center, CTO Allan Yang of Advantech Co Limited. And of course, never forget our guests who join us online today. Dr. Giovanni Briganti, please say hello to everyone. And please look to the front because next we're going to have our ceremony. So now the DNA segment will be passed to our guests. Dear guests, please hold the segment in your hands. And when I count down, 3, 2, 1, then let's connect them together. Are you ready? Come on. Are you ready? Yes. Distinguished guests, are you ready? Perfect. I love the energy. So it's ready. So I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. Please connect. New energy, more support will be in smart healthcare. Special thanks to National Science and Technology Consult and all supporters. With co-creation, let's work it out together. I would love to invite our VIP guests to look at our camera in front of you. Let's catch this precious moment. And maybe during this kind of time, we can mask off and take another photos, and maybe with our thumbs up to represent our successful moment. So we're so honored to have our distinguished guests and every expert to join us today. And okay, and thanks all of our VIP, and please be seated. Thank you again. On behalf of TTA, we are honored to have the leader of AI for Health at AI for Belgium, Dr. Giovanni Briganti, to give us the opening speech. But before introduce the doctor to our audience, let me make sure the devices are working properly. So, if you can hear me, please wave your hands and big smile to our audience and say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me correctly?
I can totally hear you correctly, and that's perfect. I know like the internet is pretty perfect today. Okay, then it's my turn to introduce our doctor to all of our audience. Giovanni Briganti is a chairperson of AI for Health at Belgium, which is an AI program promoted by Belgium government. Also, he is the associate professor of University of Mons and psychologist of Brussels University Hospital. Wow, what a rich background. Abundant experience about academia, research, and medicine. I believe Dr. Briganti will give us a new insights and sharing. So a round of applause and let me welcome Dr. Briganti.
Thank you everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this wonderful event. I hope you can hear me correctly. I will be introducing the state-of-the-art of AI in medicine. I myself am a medical doctor in the psychiatry field, and I'm an expert in artificial intelligence. And today I will talk to you about why and how are we adopting artificial intelligence in Belgium and more widely in Europe. Of course, in Europe, we are aware, and in Belgium especially, that AI is creating a whole new kind of healthcare. We can use AI to monitor diseases, to diagnose them pretty quickly, to predict and prevent diseases, to provide to clinicians a number of platforms that can help them take decisions, how to augment humans and to reduce the administrative burden. Reducing the administrative burden for physicians is something that is very dear to me and that we try to fight in Belgium because it is an important cause of burnout. Of course, Belgium, such as other countries, are facing important challenges related to artificial intelligence-based technologies. And of course, the first one is the lack of open data and open science. We are fighting this with open science decrees, as well as open data that is mandatory when publishing researchers. The second challenge is the problem that some models do not perform quite as well as we would want them to, because they were developed on small sample sizes and with poor scientific designs. Of course, the solution to that is to improve the evaluation and calibration of models. And finally, of course, as you may know, artificial intelligence is bespoken by the media as being able to replace physicians. Of course, we do know that is not the truth, but physicians and AI should work together to improve the health and care. In Belgium, we are also discussing the reshaping of the role of physicians when it comes to AI. We do know that the general practitioners here at the center will have more responsibilities as AI will be implemented into clinical practice, because with the help of AI, general practitioners will have a wider range of possibilities, while specialist clinicians will have to de-broad their knowledge and being able to take in charge what is of their specialty but more severe. In Belgium, we have a national strategy called AI for Health, which is part of the national AI strategy called AI for Belgium. We do know that our health strategy is defined in 5 objectives. The first one is to make the population healthier and improve quality of care. The second one is to augment the skills and quality of life at work for professionals. The third one is the support for healthcare organizations. The fourth one is to stimulate research and development. And the fifth one is to drive public health policies. Of course, what have we done in the past years? And we launched AI for Health in 2020, right before the COVID pandemic, and right during the COVID pandemic. And we have launched several projects. We have launched a barometer to understand from a national point of view, how is AI being adopted in hospitals? We have been providing workshops for hospitals on how to integrate AI into clinical care. We have produced some tools, such as the blind spot cards, that help hospitals figure out what are the difficult points to control when it comes to AI adoption. We have also developed an AI ethics assessment tool that allows physicians and doctors to evaluate whether an AI tool is trustworthy or not. We have also launched very first educational opportunities for medical doctors and healthcare professionals from a university point of view. And we are proud to announce that we launched the very first inter-university certificate on artificial intelligence and digital medicine, as well as a university chair on those matters, so that we will be able to educate medical doctors to the topic of AI, as well as other healthcare professionals. Of course, I'm here to talk to you about what are we doing in Belgium and how are we doing things. And of course, Belgium is at the forefront of AI development in health in the European Union. We were the first to carry out a national study on our hospital about how they are adopting artificial intelligence. As we see, what Belgian hospitals think, and almost all of them answer to this query, is that AI should be used to increase rapidity and reliability of decision-making, as well as free up time for added value tasks. As I told you before, administrative burden is an important problem here in Europe, as with EHR, our doctors spend up to 50% of their time into medical records. AI can speed up that process and allow our doctors to take care of their patients more than their computers. AI priorities for our Belgian hospitals are, of course, several. The first one of them being the support to imaging and biology result analysis and interpretation. We do know that it is complicated for having access to specialists such as clinical biologists or radiologists in difficult times or at difficult places, such as during the night, during an emergency guard. And of course, as we see it, AI can speed up the process of diagnosis and clinical interpretation when specialists cannot do it, or to provide specialists with some help to carry out those tasks. Of course, a second big priority is the remote monitoring and follow-up of patients. We have been setting up remote unities of care in our Belgian field that we have been experimenting with COVID, and it works quite well to being able to follow up our patients while they are at home using various instruments. Of course, also identifying the right treatment for the patient, therefore providing a more personalized medicine is, of course, one of the biggest points in Belgium. What are the perceived risks in Belgian hospitals? Well, one of the main risks that are perceived from our hospital is that with AI, we risk our healthcare to become dehumanized. Well, of course, those of you know how AI works and what are the use cases in which we use AI in healthcare do know that AI does not dehumanize care, it rehumanizes it. And we know that the early IT processes that were installed in our healthcare community did dehumanize healthcare by increasing the number of hours that our physicians spend next to a computer instead of next to a patient. Of course, AI can take care of that. And the second risk that was perceived is the emergence of new psychosocial risks, such as increased burnout and other mental disorders. Of course, we do know that it is important that AI software is validated to work with humans, and especially in the workflow of a clinical day of a medical doctor. And so this is an important point. As you see, the reduction of employment status is an important point for our Belgian hospital, and I should want to tackle this for a few seconds. As we know, doctors are afraid that AI will take their jobs. We do know that that is not the case, as doctors are the one who actually take care of patients. AI can only help them. Okay, what and how can we leverage patient data for AI? So a couple of points there, and of course you can take them or leave it. For me, creating a highly controlled route around care-produced data, this is what I call evidence, is the way to go forward with developing AI models. Most countries, they cannot deliver with AI because their sample sizes are too small. Controlling healthcare data, and we are doing this in Belgium with something called the Health Data Authority, we will be able to share the data with all interested stakeholders around health, and so to produce better solutions for our patients. But we are forgetting a very important point. To produce personalized medicine models, we do need citizen-produced data, such as PREMs and PROMs. So by this, I mean patient-reported experiences, outcomes, and symptoms measures. We do need them because this is what will help us monitor the patients over time and understand the fine line around the two of them. And I can assure you, people from the industry do not always get the difference between hospital-produced evidence and citizen-produced data. There is a fine line around the two of them, and we need to better define it. In Belgium, we have a national strategy called AI for Belgium that encompasses all actors of artificial intelligence, from government, from citizens, from industry, and from other professionals. And of course, this quadruple helix helps us into getting projects in shape and advancing way faster than other countries. We were one of the first countries to develop a national strategy, and we serve as a techno-economic watch, consultation platform, activities, strategy and policy support, organizing events, and so on. We are part of a bigger AI for You ecosystem, and we serve a national contact point for Belgium in the topic of AI. How are we structured? And this, of course, goes beyond healthcare. We have several working groups, both vertical with a specific topic, or transversal with transversal copies. And you see that we have for government, for good, for industry, for services, for health, energy, mobility, and with tackling this from a transversal point of view with ethics law, future of work, data governance, security and safety, and infrastructure. So this is the broader a broader way. If you want to access what is the AI landscape in Belgium when it comes to startup and scale-ups, you can access this link. And of course, I can share with you my slides if you need to. You can access this link to carry out an analysis of our landscape and see if some of the startups and scale-ups are of interest to you for possible partnerships. For our health work group, our goal was to allow progress for the health ecosystem through artificial intelligence, of course, in close cooperation with all of the actors. And our AI barometer collected more than 98% of hospitals in our Belgian country, which is quite a lot, as you may wish to perceive. Our general medicine version will be out in autumn. It will tackle how general practitioners are analyzing the adoption of artificial intelligence. So please stay tuned and do not hesitate to keep in touch if you need the results. So I always like to end my keynotes with a call to action. I was never in any talk with Taiwan before, and it is a pleasure for me to intervene in this platform. So please do not hesitate to keep in touch, contact me, let us connect, and let us find some way to collaborate together into this very amazing field that is AI. Thank you very much for your attention.
Many thanks to Dr. Giovanni Briganti, and he just shared a lot about AI help, actually a lot, not only in healthcare, but also in energy and a lot of aspects, and also share the most wanted and priorities and perceived risk in Belgium hospitals. So we do really learn a lot from doctors, and I love the last calling. Let's do it together, and don't hesitate. And we are looking forward to more collaboration. So right now, Joyce wants everyone to imagine, what will smart health change our lives in the next decades? Last year, the revenue of industry of biomedical science and digital health has broken 700 billion. We assume the revenue will over 1 trillion in 2025. So we can see the great potential on precision health. Today, we're so honored to invite experts of smart healthcare. So they are going to share their insight with all of us. So first, I want to introduce and invite our moderator to come onto the stage. A round of applause and give to our moderator, Director Liang Sheng-Fu of Artificial Intelligence Biomedical Research Center. At the same time, I want to welcome, we have two honored panelists. First, Superintendent Lin Hong-Rong of Chi Mei Medical Center, please come on to the stage. Chi Mei Hospital, as the only two medical center in Tainan, had already earned abundant national recognitions for using AI to support medical system. Second, I want to invite CTO Allan Yang of Advantech Co Limited. Yanhua Smart Hospital can fulfill the needs from doctors, patients, and nurses. It develops smart medical treatments, collect big data, and provide news information. And this panel will be conducted in English. Now, I will give the floor to our director, Liang Sheng-Fu. So a round of applause to all of our directors and our panelists and moderator.
Okay, thank you, host, and thank you, our TTA South, give us so much wonderful chance to meet each other, and we can have the discussion with our expert from industry in hospital as well as the expert in foreign countries. So similar to the AI for Health in Belgium, Taiwan National Science and Technology Council also found the AI Research Center and the AI project in 2018. So in this year, this is the end of the first phase. So it means that the first phase was AI technology should move from development to practical and clinical applications. So in fact, many of projects focus on the smart medicine, smart healthcare, and even smart like humanity, AI humanity, and the AI ethic problem. We so many PI do different various research. So they have very wonderful achievement after 4 or 5 years development. So thank for our speaker to give our wonderful speech. So in the panel discussion, maybe we can first ask the expert in Taiwan to share their experience. So the first one, we might ask the CTO Yang from Advantech, because it's a challenge from the leading the PC industry and company that move into the medical AI market or even the product development. So I think Dr. Yang can share us your rich experience how the industry company can move into the medical AI development. Thank you.
Thanks, Director Liang's question. Hi, everyone. My name is Allan Yang. I'm CTO of Advantech. Not sure if you know what Advantech's core business is. We are specialized in called industrial PC business, IPC. IPC is also PC, is a form of specialized personal computer adapted for special industrial purpose, including in health, medical applications. So before AI becomes really popular, Advantech actually has been collaborating with Chi Mei Hospital as well as with National Cheng-Kung University hospitals and other many medical centers in Taiwan. We provide, say, intelligent ward, 智慧病房 solutions. Our intelligent ward solutions probably have about 70% market share in Taiwan. And we also actually ship to overseas markets because Advantech has established many sales and service branch offices outside of Taiwan, right? Through the existing relationship with many of the medical centers, we actually have set up a fairly solid foundation when the technology around data start to quickly progress. Starting about 7 years ago, starting in the year of 2015, Advantech started to build a data platform we call WisePass. This data platform basically is converting from process-driven style of solution to data-driven style of solution. So our key message to share with all the attendants today is if you are about to leverage AI, first of all, the key methodology for solving problem, you must upgrade from process-driven to data-driven. So when your methodology becomes data-driven, then data infrastructure becomes the core foundation. So we started building this data platform, and we actually collaborate with many of the medical centers, including NCKUH, National Cheng-Kung University hospitals, to build their in the hospital private cloud. So based on this data platform, then we also provide, we call low coding development tools. Low coding is another hot trend in software development, meaning the users do not need to hire a lot of programmers to develop their own solutions. Low coding basically is a drag and drop, expressive-oriented approach of composing your solution together. So we provide low coding tools to the medical centers for building dashboards, for building asset models. And the asset models, including patients or equipments in the hospitals. So we successfully built additional solutions based on this architecture to cover, say, intensive care units or to cover radiology, AI classifications very effectively. Okay, so our experience have shown that changing our thinking process, changing our solution approach from process-driven to data-driven was a key, and bringing a data infrastructure augmented with low-coding development tools is the key ingredient to success in the days of AI.
Okay, thank Dr. Yang to share the achievement of Advantech. And the thing Advantech so that NCKU hospital and the Chi Mei Hospital can speed up the achievement in the smart medicine. So as Dr. Yang said, we should use our computing power to medical area. So we should invite the Dr. Lin to share with us your experience like in the Chi Mei Hospital. We also know that Chi Mei Hospital also established the AI center to for big data collection, big data computing, and medical AI development. So we may ask Dr. Lin to share with us your experience and achievement. Thank you.
head injury, and dengue fever. And we built up a dashboard system so that doctors can see the result very quickly, and they can visualize the prediction very easily. And all this system we already adopted in our clinical practice. So our doctors, when they are using computers, they can use the prediction very easily and quickly. And in the second stage of development, we use interactive prediction function. That is a prototype of digital twin. That means that if we adjust the parameters, we can try to figure out if the patient's condition improve or getting worse, how will the prognosis change? So that is a prototype of digital twin, and we call it an interactive prediction system. And we have continuous monitoring system, and we full scale applied in our daily practice. So I use this system to illustrate how we adopt AI technology in our clinical practice. And we already won Taiwan patent, and we have papers published. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank Dr. Yang to share us so many wonderful achievements in the hospital that apply AI for healthcare. According to the report and the sharing from Dr. Yang and Dr. Lin, maybe Dr. Briganti have some idea that how can Taiwan's startup or Taiwan's industry can have the opportunity to co-work with Belgium, try to develop medical AI. So maybe may we ask or invite Dr. Briganti to share with us, do we have some opportunity or like some criteria such that we can collaborate with Belgium? Dr. Briganti?
Yes, I didn't quite hear the question correctly. Can maybe someone closer to the microphone of the computer repeat it to me?
Briganti? Professor Briganti?
Okay, so if I understand correctly, the question is how can we make between...
because we have some startup, and we also like Advantech, we have many like IoT technology or computing technology, and we also have like a wonderful hospital. So do you have any idea that how can we collaborate with Belgian, like a technician or like clinical staff to collaborate to develop small medical AI?
Yes, so that is a really interesting question. From my part, I always try to collaborate with people from other countries. We have an ongoing project with both Harvard University, Virginia, Singapore, and other universities around the world, because we do need to put our AI startups and scale-ups together to build better models. And we do know that most AI studies are based, for instance, in weird populations. So most of the Western world, and we do need to collaborate because our models need to be better performant in other models. So what I would suggest to start with is something that works quite well in Belgium is we usually start with diplomatic missions, economic missions from one country to another, and many of the countries come in Belgium to do diplomatic missions on AI. We already have both the Netherlands, France, and of course also the missions on US and Germany. And we do need to extend those because they allow us startups to meet from similar domains and to join expertises. They could benefit from the technical point of view, see how others responded to a given technical problem, how they addressed a given business problem or solution. And second, to join the data so that we can have more large and more performant models that do not overfit on a specific population, but act on a larger population. Let us not forget that the Asian population in Europe is continuously rising, and we do need our health models to correspond to also that population and do not overfit on our own population as well. So it is crucial that both startups, research departments, and governments collaborate on the AI. One of the ways to do so is to join our initiatives.
Okay, may I ask another question? That because we want to use big data, try to train the AI models. So how to solve the data exchange or data sharing problem in Europe or in your collaboration with other countries?
Yeah, so data sharing is the thorn in the side of Europeans. Europe has started what we call the European Health Data Space Roadmap that will bring us to a global environment in which data will have to be shared from hospitals and with third parties for innovation. So this is ongoing in Europe, and each nation has its own authority to deal with data access. And in Belgium, we do have the Health Data Authority. So these only concern the hospital-produced data. But I want to stress it out that hospital evidence is not qualitative enough today. So even if data sharing was in place, I'm not sure that most companies would make some use out of hospital data. One low-hanging fruit of that is to use NLP technology to retrieve electronic health record data to transform text-based data into variables that can be used for models. A second way to do that in the purpose of data sharing, of course, is to use patient-produced data at home, because the patients spend at home 98% of their time. And during that time, we can gather those data that they produce to produce personalized models from healthcare, and those data can be easily shared because patients are willing to participate with the data that they produce on their own. So these are some elements to move forward with data sharing in healthcare. We do have our own roadmap, but it essentially focuses on hospital-produced data. My point is, let's also include patient-reported data into that kind of reasoning.
Okay, thank you, Briganti. As mentioned by Professor Briganti, how to share data, how to use the data to train the useful model is a challenge. So we also try to ask Dr. Yang that the challenge of AI, including like apply the development model or the device or a product to use in a cross-hospital or even cross-country. So it's a challenge to try to make the product to use in a different area. How to, so it's a big change, but I think Advantech has a successful experience. So maybe I ask Dr. Yang to share with us your experience in this topic.
Right. This is an excellent question regarding data. Dr. Briganti also mentioned that the medical AI usually does not scale because it's highly data set specific, right? So when you train an AI, the data set that you feed into it, that particular model performs well specific to this data set. And once it deals with another data source, usually the AI's model's performance would degrade significantly. So medical data is especially sensitive because it's highly personal. And there are many regulations protecting personal data, I think, in many countries, including in Taiwan. So in order to improve the AI model from one single site to many sites or across a geographical region, we have to somehow be able to leverage of the multiple data source. So technology comes to help in the form of a so-called federated learning, right? So not sure if any of you have heard about federated learning. It's actually evolved from Google. It's a framework that does not need to actually have the original raw data from different sources, and yet it takes the weighting in the localized model and try to do blended weighting or weighted average weighting. There are different ways of doing that, and try to evolve a local model into a global model. So we, Advantech has successfully partnered with National Cheng-Kung University across several of their NCKU's affiliated hospital sites on several of the models successfully. And another project in collaboration with Taichung Veteran General Hospital, again thanks to 国科会, 感谢国科会的支持. It's through funding of National Technology and Science Council. Taichung Rongzong has been leading an intensive care unit, AI prediction for acute kidney injury across 6 medical centers with federated learning with good effect. And the result also has been published in international peer-reviewed journal. So carefully look into how to use federated learning to get across the data sensitivity issue, and it works well.
Okay, then Dr. Yang is a very wonderful experience to share with us. So let's come back to the hospital site. Because we have many TTA partner like a startup or any like the research team. So may Dr. Lin to share with us, do you have any plan in the future such that our partner startup company can join or with our direction try to develop the next generation products? Thanks.
Okay. Our plan is to participate as many as we could open source platform. So we participated in many, in several international platform to exchange data and participate in the learning of federated learning. And other than that, we develop AI models to solve our clinical problems. We try to build up the AI algorithms from IoT and our medical record. And for example, in the emergency department, we already set up many models of disease prediction so that doctors can use easily in the emergency department. Now we transplant this experience into the operation room in the intensive care. And we integrate the data from our HIS and we make it visualize, and so the doctors will use it very quickly and easily and continuously. So that is the list. So we have at least 25 models already in use. So I think our plan is to participate in more international data platform. And we develop AI algorithms and we share with other hospitals. In our system, we have 3 hospitals. So we have a small scale of federated learning. And after that, now we still participate in the platform build the project built by leading by Taichung Veteran Hospitals, and our project won the funding this year, and 6 hospitals will participate our project, and we want to predict the optimal timing for the ventilator winning. So that is our planning in the future. Thank you.
So, Dr. Lin, do you have any research direction to share with the startup team, or any opportunity like a startup team can show their result to you to join your project or your clinical applications?
Okay, I will use one of our system for example. This is a project that we collaborate with Southern Taiwan Technology University, 南台科技大学. That is a fall prevention system. It is an alarm system combined with lighting to alarm the patient. The fall is a big issue in the patient safety in the hospital. So we set up a system. You can see there is light on the ceiling, and the light will detect the patient's position. When he's sit up, the light will turn on. So if in the night, the patient will be alarmed by the light. And there will be low tone of voice alarming his changing position. And the alarm will also be sent to the nurse's cellular phone. And if the patient go to stand up, and the second alarm will be sent to the nurse's cellular phone, and nurses will come to help. So, so that is the system that we build for prevention. The characteristic or the unique features of our system is that we use edge computing in order to protect the privacy of patients, and we use the trunk identification, not the image of the patients. So you can see we use edge computing, AI, to analyze the patient's position. So when the patient sit up or stand up, alarm will be sent to the nurses. So we have 9 unique features, and we use edge computing, and we won several awards. This is the example that I can tell you. We can cooperate with the university. We can cooperate with the startup to set up such platform.
Okay, thank Dr. Lin sharing. So our startup team in TTA South. So please prepare your slides and visit Dr. Lin. Maybe your idea can be adopted in the Chi Mei Hospital, and you can have a wonderful achievement for your product. So as I mentioned, that in TTA South, many startups join this wonderful area. So the startup need to support their development, like some resource or some like help or assistance or advice. So as I know that Advantech established Advantech Starfab IoT Accelerator. So this accelerator can help and assist the development of a startup teams. So I think it's very wonderful to share. This is like some qualification or some criteria or some rules that we can give obtain the support for the startup in the TTA South. Okay.
Advantech has a corporate investment arm that we have allocated a significant amount of funding to actually to do investment. We also have partnered with Starfab. It's an IoT accelerator to engage with startups. Corporation-wise, we are highly motivated to do many different layers of collaboration. From partnering with commercial partners or with customers or with ecosystem stakeholders. Startups relationship is one key ingredient in our ecosystem build-up. So any of you, if you are interested, I highly recommend you to reach Advantech. And our focus area is in leveraging IoT devices, embedded systems, IPCs, sensors, wireless communication as the foundation of edge data collection, then if it's in intelligent health, most likely in hospital type of application scenarios, and pulling into some data platform. Some of you may be leveraging Azure or AWS, that is fine too. Then starting from there to build some cloud-native based solutions, targeting some particular market niche. So if you have a clear topic and then you have some semi-mature product or prototype, they kind of fall within this scope. We are interested in discussing with you on how we may partner together. Advantech is, I think, especially helpful in helping startup to reach your targeted audience because of our many years of experience and investment in building up the sales channels. And usually startup will first focus on product development, and that is the logical priority to do it. Without product, there is no second story, right? So once you have the product, then the second challenge is marketing and sales, how to get your product landed on your targeted audience, and Advantech can really help on that part because we regularly hold marketing events in the form of what we call focus partner meetings, either online or offline, physical gatherings. And in those focus partner meetings, we actually bring in the whole ecosystem from technology partner, from customers, to discuss, the latest development and the latest needs, so that we can all mingle and then know each other's offerings and know each other's needs, and then see if there is any good match. All right.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Yang. So if the startup in TTA South, if we can obtain the channel resource, or maybe we can ask Dr. Yang to review our business plan or our marketing plan, it will be very helpful to your development for your startup company. And finally, maybe because Dr. Briganti, in addition to the head of AI for health, you are also the psychiatrist, right? So in the point of view of the medical doctor, can you share with us that is really AI technology can assist you in your daily practice in the Department of Psychiatry?
Yeah, so that is a question that many ask me, and it is an interesting question, of course. I develop models for predicting symptoms of mental disorders, and I use AI to predict one symptom after the next, using, of course, graphical models and other AI algorithms. Yes, AI can help me in my clinical role as a psychiatry. It will probably never replace me as a medical doctor, but it will help me better follow up and monitor my patient, predicting whether a patient may commit suicide next or may develop a manic phase while following up. Once again, I would need to include the patient data into this model and, of course, produce models that include how patients report themselves the symptoms. Nobody will ever evaluate a patient while it is at home if the patient does not evaluate himself using other tools that we may expose him. In psychiatry, there are other areas of applications, such as diagnosing or helping forensic psychiatrists evaluate potential convicted people, potential criminals. Other areas of applications, of course, in the largest part of clinical flow include most administrative aspects, and those are kind of needed right now if we want to scale up healthcare to modern needs in 2022. People react differently and need more care, and AI can help us in that.
Okay, thank Dr. Briganti. In in fact, in the AI project funded by the NSTC, we also have a project that use the neurofeedback training, use IoT technology, like a smart brain interface, try to train the patient in a psychiatric department. They have the anxiety or depression. They also suffer from sleep insomnia. So we try to use neurofeedback training, try to enhance their sleep quality for the patient with sleep insomnia. So maybe later we can share with you this treatment, that the project under our AI center funded by NSTC. Okay, thank Briganti, and thank all the speaker and in this forum. I know there are many problems that audience will try to ask the expert in this forum. So may we open the problems such that the audience can ask to the experts.
Yeah, thanks to our moderator and panelists. So let's give them a round of applause, okay? Okay, and just like what our moderator said, all of our audience might be so excited, want to share your ideas or have more questions coming out, want to ask our experts. I believe it's your best chances to exchange your ideas and your plans. And I heard that before the event. I heard that we have some foreign friends who come join us today. So maybe we open up the opportunities for our foreign guests first. So if you have any questions, just directly raise your hands and our staff will give you the microphone. Oh, we got 2 questions then. So before you ask the question, maybe have a short introductions about yourself, then ask the question.
I'm a Hung-Jung Christian University student from Japan. My name is Haruki. First of all, thank you for the wonderful lecture today. And I have a question. What is the perception and opinions of patients on AI medical treatment in practical diagnosis and treatment? Thank you.
So do you want to ask which expert to answer your question?
Dr. Briganti, can you answer me?
Dr. Briganti? Would you please mention the question again?
What is the perception and opinions of patients on AI medical treatment in practical diagnosis and treatment?
You mean if the patient can accept the assistance of medical AI to the treatment or diagnosis? In our discussion, we focus on the clinical staff, physician, and the research point of view. What's the point of view of patients, right?
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so can patient accept AI? So that is a wonderful question. So nowadays, patients come in at the hospital and they want to be treated, and we use say other devices all the time. We use stethoscopes, we use electrocardiograms, and we use echographies and MRIs to diagnose them. AI can be considered as a very useful tool, but a tool. And patients want to be, of course, informed of what are we using to treat them. And this we know from a national survey that we did with patients associations in Belgium. As long as patients are informed of what is going on, how the decision is being taken, is the process trustworthy, then it is okay for using whatever digital technologies, including AI, in the process of care. But to do this, doctors should be also comfortable that the tools that they're using are trustworthy and they are respecting patient privacy. This can only be achieved if privacy by design, trustworthiness by design are included into the making of the tool themselves. And governments should support startups in providing clear frameworks into developing AI solutions, or take back old AI solutions to up to speed with such frameworks if we want patients to accept it, of course.
Okay, thank Briganti.
Yeah, then I just saw someone raise his hands. We have our second questions coming up.
I also come from CJCU Hung-Jung University. I come from Malaysia. I want the question about, do you think it is possible for intelligence, just AI to replace the
You mean the AI will replace the technician or a doctor?
Dialysis for doctor in the future.
Okay, in the future.
Yes.
So who will you want to ask which is expert? Okay, Dr. Lin from Chi Mei Hospital, in the point of view of a medical doctor.
Okay, there is such probability that some jobs may be lost. Okay, but from my point of view, I think that doctors will benefit from the utilization of AI. So in Taiwan, and we say that doctors who can use AI or competent with AI will beat the doctors that did not use AI. I think that in the future, the doctors with AI they will gain more jobs, and the doctors that did not familiar with AI they will lose their jobs. I think that totally the jobs of physician, I think that it will not be reduced too much.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Lin. If you want to make doctor away, you should eat apple every day, right?
Is there anyone got more questions? We got one question in the back. So please pass the microphone to our audience over there.
Thank you, Professor's introduction and a very wonderful speech. I am a NCKU student. I am a nurse in NCKU. So I want to know that I think the Chi Mei, the supervisor, and he can help us that how to you build up the prediction model. How to build up the prediction model now, no matter in patient safety, and also we have a lot of the medical error. And how do you build up this prediction model for a new step? No, because we have based the challenge that lost workforce in the healthcare providers, even though we have we face the COVID-19 pandemic. So there are some of the very important issues for the medical errors for in our clinical settings. So in this, I thought this is very wonderful lectures for us to understand how to predict the model for the patient safety and also improve the care, improve the quality of care. But how do you provide that our outstanding high tech to our healthcare providers, especially for the medical error event to decrease this medical errors? Thank you.
I believe that if we widely adopt UI to be seated. If you widely adopted AI to interpret the data or interpret the information that we gather from the patients, I believe that the patient safety will improve. But we still have used the right technology to analyze all this data, all this information, and build up the optimal model to understand, to interpret all this information so that we can make right decision. But before that, now we think doctors or nurses, the medical professionals, the human are still on the process of final decision. Okay, so AI just provide suggestion, and the medical professionals will make decisions. So when doctors use AI to explain to the families, I found that usually the families they feel amazing, and they trusted the doctors and the AI that doctors use. So I think that it will improve, but how to build up such algorithm? I think that is a technology issue. From my point of view, we try to gather more data, gather more information, and correctly wash all this data, make it clean, make the data clean, and so then the machine learning will gain better results. And in my hospital, I just said that we have 3 hospitals, so we have a small system that we can make the data scale larger. And now we invite other hospitals that we form the league of federated learning, and we try to apply our model in other hospitals. I believe that we will train the algorithm better, and so the AI will be smarter. But we are worrying about another thing, that we are the old physician that we now use AI as a tool. But we are worrying about the younger generation when they grew up in the situation that there is AI everywhere. So maybe they depend on AI. They are AI native. AI native. So we wonder if medical professionals in the future, if they see the interpretation from the AI system, maybe they won't doubt the result. They will accept the results, the suggestion, naturally. But we are still wondering if there will be some complications then.
Yeah, AI makes suggestions and people make decisions. So there are pros and cons about AI, so it's very important how we're going to use it and how we're going to promote it. So is there any questions, or we're going to close up for our QA session? Is there any more information that our experts want to share or add the information?
More information? Because TTA is here, so we can meet here frequently, or we can meet in further opportunity to share our experience and talk together.
Yeah, for sure. Again, if you have more questions or more question you want to clarify, feel free to connect TTA South and all of our experts. So I want to invite everyone to give our moderator and our panelists and also our doctor online a big hand. They give us a very brilliant sharing, and also they answer all of our questions in a very careful and really detailed. So thank you again, and please be seated. And thank you all of our distinguished guests. And of course, a big thanks to our guests with brilliant sharing and insights. And I believe all of our participants today do learn a lot and more basic information about our master gathering today. And our topic today is about AI and medical industry. Of course, thank you for all of your participation and our audience online as well. So next, we are going to open up for free discussions. So don't miss this opportunity. It's your chance to talk to our experts and exchange your ideas between different backgrounds. I know that we have nurses over there, we have students, and we have all of our experts and maybe doctors in this area. So I'm so excited to see more brilliant and creative methods to coming out from our meaningful gathering today. And of course, I still remember what our Director General, Andrea Shi, just said. Master Gathering is always collect a lot of meaningful topics, and we always want to give more information to all of our audience and people who want to know more. So I want to give you another announcement from Joyce over here. I want to remind you, Our next event and next activity will be on November 29th, and it will be a smart healthcare drama show. We are going to invite famous actors, startups, and international experts and masters through creative and interesting scenario. We will also bring you more information about smart healthcare and long-term care, which is also a really popular topic around this area. So, sounds cool, right? But how cool would it be? You need to come and find out by yourself. So I will see you then in November. And I will see you then. And I want to wish everyone have a wonderful weekend. Thank you again. This is your host, Joyce, for today.